Hey everyone, Dave Guerra here. It's This Vet Cooks, and we're back for more. So, welcome. What are we doing this time? Well, real simple. We went down to the local garden farm initiative, Hub of Prosperity, and if you followed along, you see me post on the Instagram side of things and the little stories, little reels, images, and stuff like that. Well, this week we picked up some, because tomatoes are in. Look at those things. Those things are awesome. We also picked up some okra. That's right. So we got tomato, we got okra. Yeah, then unfortunately they don't have onions, but we do. So we got some onions, but they did have garlic. That is the cool thing. So guess what we're going to do with all of that? And a little bit of olive oil. They don't raise olive trees and bushes, olive, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. They don't do it, but hey, we're gonna get ourselves some here. So that's what we're gonna do today. Let's make some, a Southern classic is what they call it, and it's just okra tomatoes. So I guess stewed them up or whatever you wanna do. So let's get started with that. All right, so what are we gonna do? What are we cooking? Well, what we're gonna do is first and foremost, we're gonna get 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're gonna chop up half an onion. So we're gonna cut this bad boy in half. Get 2 cloves of garlic, and the original recipe calls for 14.5 ounces or 14 and a half ounces of canned diced tomatoes. Well, no, we're gonna take these bad boys and we're gonna dice them up. We're gonna take some of these varieties. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a nice different flavor. And we're gonna do 2 cups of fresh okra. We're gonna chop that up. Salt and pepper to taste. So it's real simple to make. It's very hearty. If you've never had okra, this is a good intro to okra. Of course, there's always fried okra, another great intro to okra. Really, you can't go wrong with okra as far as taking that dive in there. But you know what? Take the dive. Don't be afraid of okra. Okra is good for you somehow, for something. It doesn't matter. It's good. It's tasty. So if it tastes good, it must be good, right? So that's how we roll here at This Vet Cooks. All right. So we're going to use this new utensil. It's what's it called? Chefologist. It's a brand new, I've got a whole new knife set, and it's going to be very sharp, so we're going to have to be very careful as always. Let the knife do the work. Let the knife do the work. No sawing. This is not a saw. This is a knife, so it's going to cut right through. Let the knife do the work. Now, if you find yourself struggling that maybe it's not working and you have to saw through it, then guess what? It might be time for it to be sharpened. And sharpening a knife, well, again, if you've never sharpened a knife, leave it to the professionals. And if you've sharpened a knife, then you know what it takes to sharpen a knife. It's just that simple. But hey, there's tons of YouTube videos also on how to do that. But keep your utensils sharp. You're going to need it. This is just one of a set of 6 different knives. And throughout other recipes going forward, I will be using various knives, including the bread knife, which is kind of cool. Now that's a saw. That looks like a saw. So again, here we go. Let's go ahead and get our paring knife ready to go. And let's get to chopping. We've got some work to do. Okay, so the first thing it asks us to do is do 2 cups of okra. Well, just give it a quick washy wash, and we're just gonna, again, see, let the knife do the work. There we go. Look at the tips a little bit. Take the ends off here, because we're not gonna cook with that, that's for sure. And just make some good sized rings. About 1/2 inch. Look at that. It's going to be a little sticky. That's, you know, the okra is good at that point. It's going to have like a little slimy feel to it, but that's okay. That's just how it goes. All right, now tomatoes. So again, various types, various sizes, various varieties. Again, these are going to cook down, and we want to keep everything in there because again, we need the moisture. Oh, very good looking tomatoes. All right, so the time has come to chop the onion, and again, let the knife do the work. So however you like it, however you want to do it, dice it, slice it, just be careful. Onion. All right, now it did say something about 2 cloves of garlic. Get that skin off of it. Don't forget it's going to get really sticky. Make sure you get everything. Alrighty, let's take this over to the stove and let's get cooking. Okay, here we are at the stove, and we've added the 2 tablespoons, a little bit more, to the saucepan here, and we have it set to medium low. Well, let me make sure that adjustment. Yeah, medium low, just under medium actually. Be careful, watch the oil. Don't let it burn. Don't let it start smoking. Then we got problems. But as soon as that's ready, we're gonna add the onions, and we're gonna heat them until tender, and of course the garlic as well. So we'll be doing that here in just a bit. All right, let's add the onions. I'll just throw it all in there, make sure it all goes in. There it is, onions and garlic in there. There we go. And of course, if you want to, you can add your salt right now to kind of help boost it, but really let the oil and the onions do their thing together, and then we'll go from there. All right, so the onions are in. So we'll give them a little bit, and we're gonna saute them and until they're tender. Then we're gonna pour in the diced tomatoes and toss in the okra, and then we're gonna stir it to combine it. So let's give it just a little bit. Let it get a little tender here. This shouldn't take too long. Oh, it's already smelling good. Okay. These are just your plain run-of-the-mill white onions. There we go. Okay. Now it's going to see smoke here, so we're starting to see some of the liquid render out of the onions. So this will get going here pretty fast. Let's give it a minute here. Alrighty, I don't know if you can see this one that I'm tapping on, but it's getting tender now. Not as hard as it was when it first went in. So we'll be spreading this out here in just a second, just to get equal coverage. As soon as I put that tomato, I want it all to just kind of mesh together and talk to itself. Each other, I mean. All right, here we go. There's like 2 cups of tomatoes. That sounds good. Got liquid in there. Look at that. Give it just a second, let it come back up, and then we'll toss in the okra. Right, here we go. Starting to come up. You can start to hear it. A little sizzle. Here's our okra. Ladies and gentlemen, life is good. There we go. It's even better when we get everything in there. Get you a big pot of this and some rice off to the side. What more could you ask for? Put this in here. We're going to go ahead and cover it. Let it simmer for about 20 minutes or until the okra becomes tender. So it's going to be a little while. We're going to cover it up, let it steam up, and let it do its thing. So here we go. We'll be right back.
A lot of boring math later.
Alrighty, let's take a look. Oh, you see that? I mean, look how much it's broken down since that 10-minute check. All right, let's take a look here. Oh yeah, I think we can bring this down to a low. Look at that, nice, and it's all nice and broken down and combined. Let's take a look at that okra. Well, it's feeling better. Let's give it a tasty taste. Ta-da! I need my sound effects. There we go. Let's not burn ourselves. All right. Yeah, you know what it needs. A little bit of this from our good friends over at the Heb. Go ahead and crackle some corn. Okay, oh yeah, look at that, all over the place. And some good old sodium chloride, aka NaCl. There we go. Give it a stirry stir. Might need a little bit more salt. I don't know. We'll see. Again. Boom. Primo. Number one. That's it. Just need a little salt, little pepper. Boom. Bring it down to the lowest setting if you're gonna not serve it right away, but don't leave it too long. It starts drying out. You're gonna run into problems. All right, let's get this all prepped. Let's put this on a plate and see you here in a second. Alrighty, there it is. Just want to thank everybody that watches on YouTube, follows us on Instagram, on the Twitter, everything, and Facebook. Again, thank you very much. I know I'm doing these sporadically, but I'm doing more of them now, so we're getting stuff. And I got stuff on back. So I've got some, back catalog. I think that's what they call it in the business, back catalog. So we'll be putting some stuff out, and if I could just quit moving the table, otherwise the camera continues to do that. So, again, thank you again. Don't forget to stop by on This Vet Cooks on all the platforms. We're not on, what is that? The one that all the kids are, the TikTok. Yeah, we're not on that one. But again, there's other reasons behind that. But that's besides the point. Listen, you know what? Thank you again. Let me plate this up and we'll finish up. Okay, there it is. Looks fantastic. I know it's a side dish. It's a side dish, but again, it can also stand on its own. Like I said, better rice or just some rice off to the side or served on top of a better rice. Oh man, it's fantastic. That's how I like it. So listen, I'm Dave Guerra. This is okra and tomatoes, sauteed okra and tomatoes, quote unquote, a Southern classic. Real easy to make. And again, great thanks to all the great people over at the Hub of Prosperity, raising some good crops over there in their farmers market. So if you're in the area, don't forget to stop by on Saturday mornings. Listen, I'm gonna dive into this. Let's see. Oh man, let me get an okra. It keeps falling off. Maybe I cut them a little. Nah, here it is. Yeah, that's it. That's it, everybody. I'm Dave Guerin, This Vet Cooks.